Cause here for CFL.ca, our Week 19 CFL lineups. I'm going to give you guys I like and some matchups that you can exploit. But before we do that, let's get to the injury big board. Let's bring it up and talk about a couple key players. First, rookie running back Shakir Bell. Issues with a leg injury. He may be out. Keep an eye on what's going on in Edmonton. In Calgary, John Cornish is out with neck stiffness. This could be an interesting week because who did Calgary pick up? Jerome Messam, who just happens to be the leading rusher in the CFL. I am fascinated with who's going to get the ball in Calgary. Keep an eye on that. Finally, out in Toronto, Trevor Harris has been benched for Ricky Ray, so keep that in mind when making your picks. Now it's time to set your lineups for Week 19 for fantasy football. Here is who I like. At quarterback, I don't think I've picked him all year. I'm going with Bo Levi Mitchell against Saskatchewan for a couple reasons. One, the last time Mitchell took on Saskatchewan, he had 3 touchdowns, which is a season high. But this game means everything for the Stampeders. I see Mitchell having his best game of the season against Saskatchewan, whose pass defense pretty much near the bottom in most important categories. I love Mitchell. At running back, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Saskatchewan's Anthony Allen. Part of this is about touches. Allen should get a lot more now that Jerome Messam has been traded to Calgary. And while I expect Calgary's defense to do some pretty nasty things to Saskatchewan, the one thing the Rough Riders have done well all year is run block. They're the #1 rushing team in the CFL. I look for Allen to have a great day, especially combined yardage. At receiver, Torrey Gurley is out. That means everyone else gets elevated. So for me, Vidal Hazelton. I don't know if I said his name right, but that is a classy name. Vidal. This is a guy who's not going for a lot of money, should have a nice week against the BC Lions, who are not in the top 4 in pass defense. Ricky Ray, if he's healthy, he can light you up, so I like Vidal. My flex position, I am going with Luke Tasker, who puts up good numbers no matter who's at quarterback. Last 2 weeks, even with Jeff Matthews, he has 200 yards and 1 touchdown. And while I expect Hamilton to run the ball a little bit more with CJ Gable, Tasker has been consistent each and every week. Look for him to have a good game against the Red Blacks. At kicker, speaking of Ottawa, I'm going to go with Chris Milo, who's good for 3 to 4 field goals each and every week. And I expect Hamilton to turn the ball over a bunch in this game. So that means more offensive opportunities for Ottawa, which means more kicking opportunities for Milo. Defensively, I love Calgary. This team, I know they're not #1, it's usually Edmonton, but still Calgary is a top 3 defense. They get a lot of sacks, they get a bunch of interceptions, and this game means everything for them going up against the Rough Riders. I look for a bunch of big plays all game long. Finally, my value pick, I'm going back to Ottawa. I love Brad Stanopoli, the receiver for that team. He's #2 in receiving yards. He had 120 yards last week. So why is he only going for 100,000 when he's got Henry Burst throwing to him? It's because of touchdowns. He doesn't have a lot this year. But you have to be careful with that statistic. It can be random. Stanopoli could easily get 2 or 3 touchdowns this week. He will certainly get plenty of targets. By the way, if you took every player and the kicker and the defense, you will add up to $1 million. I hit it exactly. I don't know if that means I get a bonus. Anyway, good luck for Week 19. Remember, you can always tweet us at CFL or at mcause56. I'd love to know who you're taking, which matchups you love, which teams you are avoiding. Good luck with your Week 19 fantasy lineups. I know Ricky Ray is returning, but the Argonauts have had 2 ugly games in a row. As for the Lions, they crushed Hamilton. They should have beaten Edmonton.